Oh, the wind is shifting again. I'm over here on the side of the road, but that wind just keeps changing so quickly. Yeah, the wind is just shifting constantly, but this thing is just picking up faster and faster with this wind. We just got home from the Knoxville airport, and as we were landing on our flight from Florida, it was probably the worst turbulence we've ever experienced. It is so windy in the area, and he was having a hard time keeping the plane stable as he was coming in for a landing. It was probably one of the most terrifying flights, maybe the last flight I'll ever take. It will take a while for me to get back on a flight. And so as we drove from Knoxville to our home, it is very windy out and about. There are some brush fires going on right now. So as we pulled into our house, you could smell smoke, see smoke in the area. So our home is away from trees. For me, I still have some adrenaline from that flight. I'm still trying to relax and calm down. So everyone else is trying to settle down and go to sleep. I'm gonna go out for a little bit. I grabbed my medical bag and some cases of water I threw in the car. So I'm gonna stay out of the way, but I just would have better peace of mind if I could go see what's going on. So I figured I'd hit record. Let's just go for a drive and see what we can see. So I'm about to get on Pittman Center Road and head towards the Greenbrier campground. It is very windy at the moment. If I look off in the distance, it does look like there's some red in the sky, perhaps from the brush fire is what I'm assuming. And where we just were was not too far from Preacher's Barbecue. So we're in the Pittman Center area, not too far from Gatlinburg. Gatlinburg High School is called Gatlinburg Pittman High School. We're currently driving on Pittman Center Road, heading towards 321. And that is kind of the area that there's been some reports of fire up ahead. So we'll drive down here a little bit and see what we find. Looks like a dump truck coming down the road. So we come around this bend. I do see what looks to be some fire up on a ridge. Let me see if I can get to a closer, safe spot. There's definitely a lot of branches on the road with all this wind that we've been getting, and I am seeing a little bit more red in the sky as we get closer to 321. So we've made it over to the Greenbrier campground, and thankfully I haven't run into any major fire. So I'm actually gonna take a left here on 321, going past the Greenbrier grocery store and head towards Webb Mountain, which is where I think I'm seeing a lot of the red in the sky over here to the left. It seems like we're getting a little bit of rain, not a lot, as we're heading down the parkway here towards Webb Mountain, and that is definitely some fire over here on the right up on this mountain peak. Let's see how close we can safely get. Oh yeah, there's definitely a lot of activity up ahead. So we're currently on 321. Looks like a tanker truck just went by. Let me see if I can come up here and pull off to the side. Let me see how far I can walk down the road, but there is definitely a good amount of fire up ahead. Just to give you perspective of where this is at, I just put in Ripley's Aquarium of the Smokies in Gatlinburg, and it's 15 minutes down the road. So this is the Pittman Center area. So I've got the wind to my back. I'm gonna carefully get a little bit closer, stay away from any operations that are going on. So you can see the wind is blowing over to the right, and it looks like the wind is actually just shifted. It's now going over to the left, but the fire goes way over beyond the vehicles over on the right. So looks like they have a number of different firefighters working on this particular area of the fire right now. So they have blocked off this road. I can hear them working off in the woods, probably doing their best they can to create a fire line at this point in time. I'm using something on my microphone to help cut down the wind, but trust me when I say that it's really, really windy right now. It's very windy, and there's a little bit of rain, but not a lot of rain. That looks like the tanker truck that passed by us earlier is back, hopefully full of water. But let me see if I can zoom in over here, and this fire is really picking up, and the wind is just shifting yet again. It looks like it's heading, looks like the wind is going right towards the road. And it is just, I mean, that wind is just really ripping it. It looks like the wind is shifting again, and it is starting to come right towards us. So I might have to back up a little bit more. It's definitely picking up right down here in this little ridge. You can see some wildland firefighters heading over down the road. And just like that, the wind is now shifted again, and it is now heading towards those vehicles. So it is very hard to predict this wind. It's going one direction one moment, and it is just shifting very, very quickly. So I know that's got to be very difficult to be figuring out where to cut the line, because the moment you think you know where you want to cut a line, it's shifting on you rapidly. And I mean, it is just, the wind is howling right now. Somebody just drove down the road and the cop is turning him away. Got another wildland firefighter walking down the road here. I just had to put my hat on backwards. The wind is so bad, it almost blew off my hat. Oh, the wind is shifting again. I'm over here on the side of the road, but that wind just keeps changing so quickly. Yeah, the wind is just shifting constantly. Looks like it's shifted back towards the road. So it is just going back and forth in every direction. I mean, it looks like it's about to come over this ridge. It is really picking up with that wind. So I'm going to try to back up a little bit more. That smoke is just completely covering up the firefighters on the road right now. They're moving down this way to get out of that smoke. I can hear a vehicle over to the left trying to cut a line as fast as it can, but this thing is just picking up faster and faster with this wind. So with the wind conditions, I think we're just gonna back it up even further. Because it is moving up this entire ridge line right here. It looks like they are also backing out from this road. So again, 321, about 15 minutes down the road from the aquarium. This is gonna be a pretty long night for a lot of these guys out here working. Hopefully we can get some rain to get this thing under control. So I've backed up quite a distance. You can see these little black dots over here are some firefighters alongside the road. It is still trying to climb over this little ridge right here. And they are actively, it looks like 2 different dozers over here trying to cut a line and protect some property down the road here. Looks like wind conditions just continue to change from east to west, north, south. It is just all over the place. And you can just hear all the brush burning. Everything is so dry. Just the conditions lately. There's so much fuel on the ground for this fire to feed off of. So I hear them over here trying to cut this line as fast as they can. We've got some firefighters across the street. You You can see there are cars still going down this road. And I have been pointing out that the wind conditions keep changing, but I will say it just kind of blows towards me momentarily, but it's generally on my back, blowing the fire in the opposite direction. So I am keeping an eye on it. I have a good distance. My vehicle is back behind me that I can get to pretty quickly. Again, you can see a number of people still driving down the 321 Parkway here. They have asked a number of people to evacuate in a couple different areas. I am starting to feel a little bit of sprinkles. So if we could get a hard, heavy rain, I think that would be very helpful. We've got a lot of Sevier County sheriffs just kind of all around the area, just making sure people are evacuated in the areas they need to be and are at a safe distance. A number of different agencies are working. They'll be working around the clock tonight to get this fire under control. Again, hopefully we can get some rain. Looks like the tanker truck I've been noticing going back and forth is coming back by. So this guy is going to have a long, busy night getting water to and from this fire scene. So I don't think there's too much more that I can show at this point in time. I have been watching it from a distance on this ridge, and it really hasn't come over the ridge as I thought it would by now. I think I might head back home and might come back in the morning. Hopefully there's not much to show and this is able to get some rain on it and in better control. So hope these guys stay safe tonight. But like I said earlier, this is about a 15-minute drive from where I'm standing right now. It's actually right next to this trash drop-off over here. So a good 15-minute drive down the road to get over to the aquarium in Gatlinburg. So if you are in Gatlinburg, I wouldn't be worried, or Pigeon Forge at this point in time. Again, lots of fire crews on the scene. And hopefully this video can give you some peace of mind that they are working around the clock to get it under control. The wind is making it very difficult, but hopefully we can get some rain. And these guys over here, again, I've been hearing them cutting a fire line, working through. So they are bulldozing away. Hope those guys all stay safe throughout the night, but just want to give you a quick update. Let me know if you'd like me to come back and give an update in the morning, and I'll try to get out and do that. Well, the good news is we're getting some rain. The bad news is my road home is completely blocked. I don't think I can move this thing. And I don't have a chainsaw in my car. Yeah, I don't think I can drive around this. This is a big old heavy tree. I am not moving that thing. So I think I'm gonna try to figure out another way home. And I think this might be the end of the video. Like I said, we're getting some rain. I'm gonna go crash for a little bit and perhaps I can go back by. This just goes to show you how bad the wind has been. So the good news is, again, we're getting some rain. So hopefully those guys are staying safe, combating the fire. Perhaps I'll try to head back over tomorrow morning, but I'm gonna end the video here and I'll see you on the next one. Even as I try to find an alternate road to our house, it is just trees down everywhere. I think I can take this little road over here and hopefully make it back